Hello everybody, this is Pastor Green. We're doing another Bible study, 2 Samuel chapter 17. If you'd like me to come speak at your church, you can send me an email. If you have any questions, you can comment below, or you can send me an email. So in the last chapter, it ended at 2 Samuel 16:22. And it says, "So they spread Absalom a tent up at the top of the house, and Absalom went into his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel. And the counsel of Ahithophel, when he counseled in those days, was as a man who had inquired of the oracle of God. So was all the counsel of Ahithophel, both with David and with Absalom." Ahithophel was one of David's most trusted advisors, and now he's siding with Absalom. It was very confusing. 2 Samuel 17 verse 1 says, "Moreover, Ahithophel said to Absalom, Let me now choose out 12,000 men, and I will arise and pursue after David this night. And I will come up to him while he is weary and weak-handed, and I will make him afraid, and all the people that are with him shall flee, and I will smite the king only." And I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I'm like, why is this guy Ahithophel, who was David's trusted advisor, why is he now going after David? So I did a little research, and this is what I came up with. This was, why did Ahithophel betray David? It says, Ahithophel, who has been David's counselor and right-hand man for many, many years, very quickly betrayed him and even canceled Absalom against David when he overthrew the kingdom. So did he follow David because he was in charge, and now he sees this new guy, this Absalom, maybe he could be in charge, so he's like jumping ship? It says here in chapter 17 verse 1 and 2, Ahithophel asked Absalom if he himself can pursue David, capture him when he is weak, and destroy him. Ahithophel wants to bring David's head personally to Absalom. So the question is, why is this? And it said, "And David sent and inquired of the woman, the one saying, Is that not Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?" If you remember, a couple of chapters ago, David saw the girl bathing. He wanted her. He called her. They ended up being intimate. They had a baby. She got pregnant. And so he sent Uriah back from battle and tried to convince him to go sleep with his wife so he would be innocent. And he ended up killing Uriah because of it. It says here in 2 Samuel 23 and verse 4, we look into Ahithophel's genealogy and we can find our answer. Now, we haven't got to 2 Samuel 23 yet, but this is what it says. It says, "Eliam is the son of Ahithophel, and Bathsheba was the daughter of Eliam, who was Ahithophel's son." So when David murdered Uriah, he was actually murdering Ahithophel's son-in-law. And when he had an affair with Bathsheba, he was actually having an affair with Ahithophel's granddaughter. 2 Samuel 17:3. "And I will bring back all the people unto thee, and the man who thou seekest hath all returned, so all the people shall be in peace." And the saying pleased Absalom well, and the elders of Israel. Then Absalom called now Hushai the Hittite also, and let us hear likewise what he saith. And when Hushai had come to Absalom, Absalom spoke unto him, saying, "Ahithophel hath spoken unto his manner. Shall we do after the saying? If not, speak thou." And Hushai said unto Absalom, "The counsel that Ahithophel has given is not good at this time." I thought this little cartoon was cute. You could do whatever you like, but I sure wouldn't take advice from a bowl of alphabet soup. "For Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men, that they be mighty men, that they be shaped in their minds, and bear rob to their whelps of the field, and thy father the man of war, and I would not lodge with the people. Behold, he is hid now from some pit, or some other place. And it will come to pass, when some of them be overthrown at the first, that whosoever heareth it will say, Is the slaughter among the people that follow Absalom. And he also that is valiant, whose heart is the heart of a lion, shall utterly melt. For all Israel knoweth that the father is a mighty man, and they which with him are valiant men. Therefore I counsel that all Israel be generally gathered unto thee, for Dan even to Beersheba, and the sands of the sea for the multitude, that thou should go into battle in thine own person. So shall we come up from him in some place where he shall be found. We will light upon him as the dew falleth on the ground. And of him as all the men with them shall not be left so much alone. Moreover, if he be gotten into the city, then he shall Israel bring ropes to that city, and he will draw into thy river, and there will be not one small stone found there." And Absalom and all the men of Israel said, The counsel of Hushai the Archite is better than the counsel of Ahithophel. The Lord has anointed to defeat the good counseling of Ahithophel, that the insight of the Lord might bring to Absalom. Then Hushai the Zadok and the Abiathar the priest. Thus did Ahithophel counsel Absalom and the elders of Israel, and thus have I counseled. Now therefore send quickly and tell David, saying, Lodge not in this light of the plains of the wilderness, but speedily pass over, lest the king be swallowed up, and all the people that are with him. Now Jonathan and Amaz stayed with Uriel, and might not seem to come to the city. A wench went and told them that they went and told to King David. So these people are going after David, and somebody says, we need to give word to David that this king's after you, so we need to protect him. It says a wench went there and told him. Well, what's a wench? So a wench is usually a young woman girl, or especially a peasant girl. But she could also be a woman servant, or she could be a wanted woman, or like a prostitute type of person. And you can see all these different outfits of what a wench would look like, and that's why they're basically called a prostitute. But most of the time in history, a wench was a servant girl. Nevertheless, a lad saw them and told Absalom. But they went both of them away quickly, and came to a man's house in Burnham, which had a well in his court, whither they went down. The woman took and spread a covering over the well's mouth, and spread a ground corn thereon, and the thing was not known. So basically there was a well that's touching the ground. She put some type of cloth on top of it, put some corn on top, to hide there was something there. And you can see here multiple times the Bible talks about Burnham. And you can see here, this is the rebellion of Absalom, going from Hebron all the way up there to the rivers of Jabbok. And when Absalom's servants came to the woman in the house, they said, Where is Amaz and Jonathan? And the woman said to them, They be gone for over the brook of the water. And when they had sought and could not find them, they returned to Jerusalem. So the question is, during wartime, is it okay to lie to your enemy? Isn't that basically what camouflage is? In 1 Samuel 16, this is the Lord said unto Samuel, How long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing that I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thy horn with oil and go. I will send ye to Jesse of Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among the sons. So Samuel was scared that Saul was going to catch wind that there was somebody going to replace him. So Samuel thought that Saul was going to hurt him. So God said, Fill your horn with oil and go anoint David. And Samuel said, How can I go? If Saul hears it, he will kill me. And the Lord said, Take a heifer with thee, and say, I am come to sacrifice to the Lord. And call Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will show you what you should do, and I shall anoint me unto him which I have named unto thee. So he's saying, well, if you're worried about Saul, just take a heifer, take a cow with you, and when you get there, make a sacrifice, and you'll say you went there for a sacrifice, even though the reason you're going there is to anoint David king. So in a way, God told Samuel to kind of lie to Saul. It wasn't really a lie because he was going to go there and do a sacrifice, but he wasn't really telling him what the truth was. And Samuel did what the Lord spoke, and came to Bethlehem, and the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, Comest thou peacefully? And he said, Peacefully I have come to sacrifice to the Lord. Sanctify yourself, and come with me to the sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons, and called them to the sacrifice. You know, a lot of times in war, soldiers and politicians will spread these false stories, these things that aren't really true, to make their enemy think that something else is going on. And this is called weapons of mass distraction. It's a foreign state-sponsored disinformation in the digital age. It's where you basically get somebody's attention somewhere else so you can do something somewhere else. 2 Samuel 17:21. And it came to pass, after they were departed, they came up out of the well, and they went and told King David, and said unto David, Arise, and pass quickly over the waters, for thus has Ahithophel counseled against you. Then David arose, and all the people that were with him, and they passed over to Jordan by the morning light. They lacked not one of them that were not gone over Jordan. And when Ahithophel saw that the counsel was not followed, he saddled his ass and arose and got him home to his house in the city, and put his household in order, and hung himself and died, and was buried in the sepulchre of his father. So Ahithophel thought, I'm going to get revenge on David, and there really is really no other way to get revenge on him except for this. And when he found out that it didn't work, he ended himself. And David came to Mahanaim, and Absalom passed over Jordan, he and all the men of Israel with him. And Absalom made Amas captain of the host instead of Joab, which Amas was a man's son, whose name was Ithreal the Israelite, and went to Abigail, the daughter of Nahash, sister of Zeruiah, Jacob's mother. So if you look here at David's family tree, you got Absalom over here, and you got Joab here. Well, Amasa actually took Joab's place. So Israel and Absalom pitched in the land of Gilead, and came to pass when David was come to Mahanaim, that Shobi the son of Nash the rabbi, the children of Ammon, and Machir the son of Amali of Lobar, and Barzillai the Gittite of Gurlam. You can see here where Rogulium is. It's in Gilead. And you can see here Israel, time of King David. You can see Lake Galilee on top, forest of Ephraim, Jerusalem, the Dead Sea, and Manhattan. And all throughout the Bible, it's mentioned of Manhattan. It's actually a real city. And you can see here there's a road that goes there. And when you get there, there's a school, administration building. There's a college there. There's a camp there. This is a missionary place. There's all kind of stuff in this little town right here. It's actually a quite big town right now. And it says in for 2 Samuel 17:28, he brought beds and basins and earthen vessels and wheat and barley and flour and parched corn and beans and lentils and parched pulse, which is basically vegetables, and honey and butter and sheep and cheese of kind for David and all the people that are with him to eat. For they said the people is hungry and weary and thirsty in the wilderness. You can see here that Mahanaim is mentioned multiple times in the Bible. This is in Genesis 32. And Jacob went on his way, and the angel of God met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said, "Is this God's host?" And he called the name of that place Manhattan. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, you can comment below. You can send me an email, whatever you'd like to do. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click the bell, tell your friends about it, share it on social media, whatever you want to do with it. Make sure you comment and like as well. That really helps me out. On the bottom right of the screen, I'm going to put the 2 Samuel Bible study. The top left of the screen is going to be the 1 Samuel Bible study. And the bottom left is going to be a video YouTube things you're going to like. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have yourself a great day.